Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore, and today we are discussing the combination of Sun and Moon. This is a series in which I will be teaching the two planet combination and in Kendras, that is in quadrants. So that means quadrant means very clearly from the ascendant. So first let me explain that you need to see the degrees from the ascendant. So for example, if I am taking this ascendant of Taurus, that is if this is Taurus as per the North Indian chart also, and if the ascendant, that is ascendant, this is the ascendant, that is why they write 2 here, but just writing because the degrees have to be mentioned. So if the ascendant is at 5 degrees, so if it is at 5 degrees, then the first house, fourth house, seventh house, and the 10th house on an average thing, because I'm not taking the real dimensions of Rasva Rashis and Dirgha Rashis. That is, the Rashis itself are not exactly 30 degrees. So, taking equal Bhava midpoint method, I will take 15 degrees on either side. So, this will be there till 20 degrees and 20 degrees here. So, this will become the first house, and the same thing will come down here, and from 20 degrees of Libra till 20 degrees of Scorpio, I think, right? Yeah, 5 degrees will be the midpoint here. So will be the seventh house, and same will be for the fourth and the 10th house. So a fourth house, 10th house will be, the fourth house will be from here 20 degrees till 20 degrees. So this will be the fourth house, and the same way you will get the 10th house. Correct? Is this correct? Okay. I keep have to, because when I'm writing directly on the board, we may do mistakes. So that is how we need to see from the bhava. So what is the bhava? It is not that everything is going to change. We are taking the midpoint of the placement of the ascendant as the center of the first bhava, that is house. So today we are starting a new series wherein we are doing two planets. Today I am starting from Sun and Moon. After this you will get Sun and Mars, then Sun Mercury, then you will have Sun Jupiter, Sun Venus, Sun Saturn, Sun Rahu, Sun Ketu, and then it will go to Moon Mars, Moon Mercury, and so on. So it is about these planets in the quadrants from the ascendant. So that means it should be either Sun and Moon should be either placed in this quadrant, or Sun and Moon will be here in this quadrant, right? Anywhere here. You should also see the avasthas. See, I am doing it in detail. These classes are going to be in detail now. I'll be talking about avasthas also. See, you should understand the Shadbala and the avasthas of the planet. What is the avastha of a planet? For example, let us do the basic avasthas here. Let us not go into the very advanced levels. So the basic avastha is like, for example, if Sun is posited within Vrishchika Rashi, that is in the sign of Scorpio, then it is in its friend's sign. Fantastic placement. And if the same thing, Sun is placed here in this part between these 10 degrees, then it is over Libra, and that is its enemy house. Here it is the friend's house. So you should know whether Sun is posited in the enemy house or friend's house. Simply estimating, and it is debilitated also in this sign, but Sun usually gets debilitated at 10 degrees here. This is how where the Sun gets debilitated, but still it is very near to debilitation as it moves towards the debilitation. So we call it as deep debilitation point, and here it is a deep exaltation point. So the avasthas of the sun, whether it is well posited, whether it is weak, whether it is strong, all this you should understand from the Shadbala. Even for the moon also, you should understand from the Shadbala. See, like for example, if moon is posited here, fantastic. It's in its own sign. If moon is here, so moon gets exalted at 3 degrees over Kritika Nakshatra, second quarter. That is second pada, Kritika Nakshatra. So that is getting exalted in the sun's nakshatra. That is the second quarter. So when moon is placed there along with sun, obviously moon becomes strong. So people are continuously asking me, sir, you explain these things, but you don't tell where they are strong, where they are weak. I'm just giving you a small, lesson on where it is strong and where it is weak. So you need to do these estimations. I have taught all this in my previous classes. So what people are doing is that they come to class number, I think this is 552 or 53. So they simply come to directly to this class and then they feel that, sir, you have not told us anything. Please come from class number 1. If you have to study astrology, you need to take years and patience. You need to have P, P, and C. What is that? Patience, perseverance, and commitment. You don't have all these three, PPC, you can't do anything in any subject. Please have patience and you should continuously keep coming back. You should have that, thing to again, oh yes, let us do this. The perseverance should be there. You should persevere. And the commitment should be there that this has to be studied as a knowledge, not only to see my horoscope or only my family's horoscope. So please have patience and be very committed to this subject. So let us go into the first house. So I will be doing the first house today and I will be doing the other three. That is the fourth, or should I complete it? So I'll complete it. It's a little lengthy, but still let me do that. So in the first house, sun becomes extremely strong because it is in the east. So what is east? Once again, this is the east. This is the south. This is west. And this is the north. ESWN. So that is how it comes. So this is north in the sense, this is the zenith. Zenith. And south means it is the nadir. So that is how it was taught to us. Zenith and the nadir. Nadir are the south. Then this is the east and this is the west. So sun is here very strong. Sun is here weak. Sun here weak. Sun here strong. Afternoon. So this is how astronomically you need to learn. So this also I will be taking up. We have the books for this where we will be teaching you astronomy and mathematical astrology, which is required for understanding many things like Panchanga, Shastras, all these things we'll be doing. Panchanga, we need to do that. So all calculations will come because people are very bored to study all this. They don't want to study all this. They directly want predictions. So let us go ahead. So people with sun and moon, a sort of Amavasya combination, not that always sun and moon will give Amavasya. It's only depending on the degree of placement of moon from sun that gives Amavasya. If it is 12 degrees or within 12 degrees behind the sun is Amavasya. 12 degrees in front of sun, within that is called Pratami, that is the first Padya or Pratami, that is the first Tithi. So the people who are having sun in the Lagna will become very self-centered. The ego will be very strong. They will be self-made people. They know how to live life with hard work, through hard work. So, but because of this self-centeredness or sometimes becoming one way in the way they are transacting with people, they will go through social insult and tough to get respect and recognition until the 10th house is strong. So that means along with the placement, for this is an example chart, okay, along with the placement of sun and moon in the first house, the first house 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So this is the 10th house, and that is the 10th house, that is the 11th Rashi becomes the 10th house, North Indian style. So because this is 12 and this is 1, Mesha, Vrishaba, Mithuna, Karkataka, this is Simha, Kanya, then we can Tula, Vrishchika, Makara, Kumbha, sorry, Vrishchika, Dhanassu, Makara, Kumbha, Meena. So this is how it is. So right, South Indians are seeing now. So this is how the North Indian chart works. So if we have a fantastic placement of Jupiter and we say that we have this combination, this is a very strong combination. No doubt Jupiter does well in Kumbha Rashi, though it is a sign of its neutral, partner. Saturn and Jupiter are neutrals. They don't fight with each other until they are within 1 degree from each other and going through Graha Yuddha. But here, this is a fantastic combination. So that is why until the 10th house is strong, this native with a weak 10th house will go through difficulties, will have conflicts with both parents. So both the parents are here, sun and moon. Will have conflicts with both parents because the native will not be able to satisfy parents' request or the parents' what we call as aspiration. So the native itself will go through dissatisfaction that I am somewhere, maybe I am not very I'm not the happiness to my parents or something like that. That distraction and conflict will cause, not distraction, the conflict will cause arguments and difference in mindsets, communication problems with parents. So the strength of both moon and sun has to be ascertained before you go and predict this point. So they may lose. The third point is that because of their overconfidence and foolish investments, they may lose wealth or ancestral property. So this is not such a great placement unless there is a supportive factor in the horoscope. This particular placement is a tough placement. So going to the fourth house, that is the second Kendra. People with this particular placement of moon and sun in this placement, if they are strong, they will make a lot of property, they will have very good placement in the society, they will have excellent they will be excellent in agriculture and all those things, that is fine, but they will get alienated is like getting into solitude, getting away from unnecessary public, because they feel that public is causing a nuisance to them. They will feel that society is not able to understand them, and voluntarily also they can walk out of the public life and get into solitude, silence, go into a place where it is more peaceful. And this is all because they want to live their life on their rules. They do not want to compromise. And second point is good, which I already said in the first point itself, that they will acquire property due to their hard work and will have children. And if weak, if this fourth house placement of moon and sun is weak, then they will make a fool of themselves in front of people. Very tough placement it is. And this is because of their peculiar way of life and because of their adamant decision making. So that is a very tough thing. Okay. So coming to the seventh house, a tough attitude in partnerships and in business. And if the other partner also has a strong mindset and knows how to tackle this person, then they both will join together and make a lot of profits. But usually what happens is that one man show will work when you have a sun in the seventh house. They do not, sun in the first house and sun in the seventh house is something like one man show or one way talk. So, usually, if you are having a soft lagna and a strong seventh house sun, you will be an excellent industrialist. So, going to the second point, they will go through hurdles in married life, which is a normal thing with sun in the seventh house, because sun usually gives a lot of problems in communication, and after engagement, suddenly going through a breakup, these things can happen, and they mostly will with this moon sun combination, and if it is the sixth lord or the eighth lord, and then there might be problems in getting married at all. So, deals. The third point is that they deal straightforward, and sometimes the speech will be cut and right, and it will seem rude. So, which will actually hamper friendship. When you are too cut and right and straightforward, people will be, they will not want to, because if friendship means that you need to listen to them first. It's not that friendship will simply just come to you. You need to follow some rules. You follow the rules, then friendship is easy for you. And if you don't follow the rules, yes, it is difficult. So, little bit of compromise is required here, and that can happen if you have a peaceful planet in the ascendant, like a Venus in the ascendant. So, when you have a seventh sun and moon, which cannot happen because sun and Venus are always close to each other. So, with seventh house sun, you should have a soft planet like Jupiter in the Lagna. That can happen. So, the seventh house placement of sun and moon can also cause a kind of stri dosha in a male's chart. So you need to give respect to get respect in married life. So going to the 10th house, this is a very strong position. If these planets are placed well, in this example, if sun and moon are placed well in the 10th house, how is it placed well then? So you need to see the Navamsha chart, you need to see the Dashamsha chart and see whether they are placed well, and then come back to the D1 chart and tell that yes, and see the Shadbala of sun and the Shadbala of moon and see whether if they are crossing 1.0 rupas, they should be more than that. If they are more than 1.0 rupas in the Shatbala, then that means both have got elevated in their character, and they will give out excellent results. And the results are that they will have good health, charming personality, and very good facial expressions. They unnecessary will not get panicked. They're very stable, undeterred. They know what to do. So very good focus. So governmental positions of power, like policymakers, like police, the army, and so, excellent position in the 10th house, and will live like a king with dignity. This is the correct word, phrase for it. They live with dignity, and if this position is weak, that can also happen, and then they will try to live like a king even though they are not having the capability, and which is very dangerous because they can go into lot of debts. So they will not know how to control this. Very dangerous. You are living like a king, great, but are you really having that wealth to live like a king? No, but I want to live like a king. There are many people who are trying to show off. Sun, when it is weak, it will try to show off. It's a very tough and very difficult character of sun, but that is how it works. So these four kendras from the ascendant have to be calculated as I have shown here, and you can do it in the North Indian chart also, but it's very difficult to do this type of a calculation. You can put lines in the South Indian chart. It's very difficult there because these are all triangles and rhombus. So tough to do here. It's easy to do here. So anyway, this is how you have to calculate in this particular
Best lagnas for 10th house, Scorpio and
yeah, the best lagnas for the 10th house for this particular combination is when it falls in Leo and when it falls in Aries. Actually, Aries is excellent because Moon, the Lagnadipati, goes to the 10th house, and Sun, the second lord, goes to the 10th house. It gives rise to a lot of Raja Yogas, and in that case, if even Mars is also associated with it, I think very nearly, 2 days back, I have done a video on Moon, Sun, Mars, and another planet. And if they are sitting in the 10th house, a fantastic placement from the Karkataka Lagna or the Cancer Lagna. Thank you very much for today's class.